Strictly on Gears.
Cape Town, it is the man. Congratulations on winning the championship, Steve.
Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant.
I played a small part in that.
Yes, I know you did. I'm always aware of how involved you are in those kind of things. Are you guys winding down a little bit, Steve?
Nah, it's, I mean, for the Red Bull business as a whole, it's a busy time of the year. And for me, it's 12 issues a year of the Red Bulletin magazine, so it's like balls to the wall.
So what is going to be in the next edition? Can Vettel make it 4?
I don't know what we're going to plan around the Formula One stuff. I'm actually on my way to Vienna at 4 o'clock this afternoon, so I'm going to find out more about what our plans are next year.
Oh, shame. Enjoy. Are you going to meet up with Mr. Matsushitz?
I don't think I'll see Mr. Matsushitz. I'm not quite that high up in the company yet. I'm working my way there, though.
Good man. All right, Steve, let's get on to it because I know you've got an airplane to catch. I assume a collectible kind of a car. Is it collectible?
Well, it's not just any Clio. And not just any Clio RS anyway. So if you know any Renault that has those 2 letters after the word, you know it's their performance version. But this is the Red Bull Racing Special Edition, which I've got my hands on for the last week. There are only 20 coming into the country, so yeah, it is pretty special.
Let's start off with the price. What is the price of the thing?
It's 299,000 Rand and 900. So it's 20 grand more than your normal Clio RS, which is a fair premium for not much beyond quite a cool paint job and some cool wheels.
Or does it get like a Sebastian Vettel signature or Mark Webber signature?
It doesn't, but you do get your nice little plaque right next to the gearbox, the gear knob actually, the lever that identifies your number. But I mean, I've got to say the car does look really cool, and I think when you're comparing it to its real, opposition, it's kind of in the ballpark price. I mean, the GTI Polo GTI is kind of 274, I think. So it's there or thereabouts, but you're getting a more collectible car. It looks really cool though. Comes in black. It's got some yellow detailing. That funny air dam in the front is detailed in yellow. The wing mirrors are yellow. It's got a really cool 18-inch black. They're called Interlagos black mag wheels. So the car looks the business.
I'm looking at a pic.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a pic right now. It looks amazing. Does it have the little checkered thing on the roof as well?
It does have that very subtle checkered flag that Red Bull Racing is so used to. On the car.
No, that looks really good.
Black. Yeah. Even a Ferrari, Sasha.
Sure.
It looks good in black. My favorite color.
So tell us about it.
Well, it's I think a Clio is one of those cars, one of those souped-up cars that actually looks really good. Often you get a little hatchback that they doctor a bit, and it kind of doesn't. It looks like an afterthought. This Clio. It's got those wide flared wheel arches. It's got that real hunkered down look. The car looks like it's going fast even when it's parked. It's got one of my favorite features of the car. It's got those little air vents, those little sort of lattice air vents behind the front wheel arches. It really looks the business. And with those black wheels, it kind of accentuates everything. Inside, it's pragmatic workplace. It's got some great Recaro seats in it. You get Recaro seats and you get Recaro seats. I've sat in some that I find deeply uncomfortable. I know the new Ford ST has got some in. I sat in that for a week and I just couldn't get used to it. It was very kind of tight. These ones are quite thin. They're quite hard. They grip you in all the right places, around your hips, your thighs, and your shoulders. So like a really great racing seat to sit in. So it's all business inside. It just feels like this car really wants to go quickly,
Does it go quickly? Because, I mean, you're comparing it to well, not comparing it, but in that kind of size car to a Polo GTI, which has got a turbo-driven engine. Has the Renault got a turbo?
No, this still has the 2-liter engine in it. It's 147 kilowatts. It's a really free revving engine. I mean, that rev needle dances all over the show. If there's one kind of thing that's a little bit difficult with it is that the clutch is quite light. So you know when you get a fairly high performance car, and unless you get the takeoff completely right, you find yourself kind of bouncing around in the seat as it goes, and you take off.
Yeah.
You've got to get that action really smooth. That's the one thing about it. But it just revs brilliantly. It's really quick. It doesn't have one of those fancy electronic front-wheel drive limited slip diffs, which generally control wheel spin like the more sophisticated cars have.
Mm-hmm.
And that the inside wheel does take a bit of strain and will turn a little too quickly sometimes. So there's some gentle understeer, but it's controllable. The car's hell of a grippy though. I mean, it's not the normal chassis either. It's the Renault Cup chassis, which means everything's a little stiffer. Hell of a lot of grip. A little bit of understeer, but that's not a drama. I mean, you want that rather than some dramatic oversteer. You're going to find yourself in the railing somewhere then.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, it's going to be inherent on a front-wheel drive car, but I'm just looking at this picture from, and I know we're talking performance at the moment, but you're 100% right. It looks like a car that just wants to go fast. It looks sensational.
Yeah, look, not this exact car, but a very, the Clio RS set the front-wheel drive lap time record at Nürburgring Nordschleife in June 2011.
Wow.
So in its segment, this is pretty much as quick as it's going to get. Who knows what the next incarnation of this car is going to be, and I know we've seen pictures of the next generation Clio already. And they're talking, I mean, it's a very pretty looking car, I've got to say. I don't know if you've seen it.
No,
but they're talking about a turbocharger engine in that. Let me just get the specs. I think they're talking about a 1.6 turbo, which is generally where manufacturers of these sort of B-segment cars are going for.
Well, listen, it makes a lot of sense because the Formula One World's going there in 2014, and I think you're going to find a lot of cars coming out with that kind of spec engine.
Yeah, I reckon so. Turbocharging I think is more efficient. You get the more bang for your buck. It really depends on how they manage the torque. And with this turbocharger engine, they reckon you're going to get the equivalent amount of torque with a new car at lower RPM. So it looks to be a better option. Although sadly, it doesn't look like it's going to be a 3-door though. It'll be a 2-door, 5-door car, which I don't know. There's a lot of 5-door hatches out there, and I really have a soft spot in my heart for a little 2-door.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you need cars like the Clio, what you call a 3-door, Mitos, those kind of things. There's something sexy about them as well.
Yeah, you've got a body shell that really lives up to the paint job on this car. Lives up to the handling. It lives up to the speed. I think it does 225 kilometers an hour.
Sure.
It's going to go from 0 to 0 in 7.2, which is not, it's not going to snap your head off. But for a road-going car, you're going to have a lot of fun driving this. I mean, I get out of this car and it makes me think I want to stand on the bonnet and jump up and down and wave my fist like Vettel does every time he wins a...
Point your finger, Steve. Point your finger. You got to point your finger. Listen, I'm looking at the pictures here, Steve, and I've always been a good Renault fan. Okay. The outside of this car looks, the back with the little yellow sort of trim with this sort of diffuser area of the car is unbelievable. The side looks amazing. The front. The inside. Come on, Renault. Make it sporty. Yeah. I mean, a little red, a little yellow bit of strip or thread around the steering wheel doesn't make the car sporty inside. I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, even the color accentuates the cheese factor a little bit. But look, I'll take that car just for the seats. Those Recaro seats are sublime. I mean, every car should have a pair of these.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more. Wow. Well, it's limited edition, only 20 coming, and I'm sure Renault must probably allocated those just about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've gone. There's also 20 of the Megane RS Cup coming as well, which is obviously that's a much more sophisticated hatchback and probably the quickest hatchback that you can get these days.
That looks sensational.
Yeah, that RS Cup is just an unbelievable car. One of those cars that's slightly scary to drive. But I'll tell you what is going to be scary is the one I've got for you next week.
Yeah, well, then next week we're gone, brother.
What?
Next week we're on holiday.
Are we?
Yeah, can you believe it? Some of us are going on holiday. We can't all go to Vienna.
Well, I'm only going for a few days.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
So when are you back?
No, we're only back in January. What's the car you want to tell us about next week?
The new Chevy Lumina sedan.
Really?
The kind of car that's going to give you a pair of sideburns overnight.
Well, listen, why don't we talk about that either tomorrow or Thursday? Oh, no, you were in Vienna. Damn.
I'll be in -7 degrees or whatever it's going to be there.
Drinking Red Bull.
Yeah,
well, listen, we'll have to hold that over then, unfortunately, until the new year. But I'll be very interested to hear your take on a Lumina sedan car.
Yo, if you talk about a car that can drift, get you into a fair amount of trouble, that's the one.
I can well imagine, Steve. I can well imagine. Excellent, my friend. Listen, it's always great to speak to you. Have a very, very safe travel, and congratulations to everybody in Austria on another title, and well deserved. I think it's an incredible result for them.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the more I work, the more people I meet in this company, the more I'm kind of bowled over, and it does take a lot to bowl over an old jaded journalist like me. But these guys have won the Formula One title quite a few times, and they have a space program. So
yeah, I think they're not bad for a soft drink company, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible stuff. Steve, safe travels, my friend. It's been great to have you on the show. We'll have a Merry Christmas, my friend, and all the best for the new year, but we'll definitely talk to you as soon as we're back.
Likewise, Sasha. It's always good to chat.
All right, my friend. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There we go. Steve Smith, the editor-in-chief of Red Bulletin magazine, making his way to go and enjoy some festivities, I think, with the Austrians of another successful year for the Red Bull company. Of course, he will join us again in the new year when we return.
At the next intersection, turn on Gears with Sasha Martinengo. Weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.